Step B, fixing the sample. This video will show the proper method for fixing the water samples so that you can complete the test and determine the average dissolved oxygen of the water sample. For this step, you will need manganous sulfate, code 4167-G, alkaline potassium iodide azide, code 7166/G, 1:1 sulfuric acid, code 6141WT/G. Note that each of these reagents are considered hazardous substances. Take precautions not to splash the chemicals into your eyes. If you get reagent on your skin, rinse with water. Youth using these chemicals should be carefully supervised. Make yourself aware of and adhere to the recommended 4-H AWW safety protocols. Safety glasses, and in some cases gloves, may be required by some schools for student monitors. Before you get started, make sure you position the sample bottles on a level surface. This may be difficult streamside, so we recommend that you keep them in your kit, using your kit as a lab table. This will prevent spills and protect your hands from chemicals. We will begin by adding manganous sulfate to both of the sample bottles. The reagent bottle has a built-in dropper,
so remember to create a vacuum and hold the bottle vertically.
Uncap both sample bottles and add 8 drops of manganous sulfate to each sample bottle. Then, in the same way, add 8 drops of alkaline potassium iodide azide to each sample bottle. It is likely that the bottle will overflow as you add the reagents. This is okay and will not damage the kit. Cap bottles securely and rinse them in the water to remove traces of reagents that may be on the surface of the bottles. Mix the bottles by inverting them at least 10 times. At this point, a tan, cloudy precipitate will form. Allow the cloudy precipitate to settle below the shoulder of the bottles. Now, uncap the bottles again and add 8 drops of sulfuric acid, 1:1 to each sample bottle. Cap bottles and rinse. Repeatedly invert the sample bottles to mix until most of the dark brown fleks have dissolved. Be patient during this step. Brown fleks in DO bottles may take several minutes to dissolve, especially in cold water. Turbid water samples may contain fine particulate organic matter that may not completely dissolve. The fleks tend to be a more uniform size, shape, and color than the particulate organic matter. At this point, your samples are now fixed. This means the oxygen in the sample is chemically trapped and that contact between the water sample and the atmosphere will not affect the test result. Monitors have the option of holding or transporting fixed samples for up to 2 hours before further analysis. This is rarely necessary, but may be useful in some cases, including the occurrence of a storm that might prevent a monitor from completing the test stream side.